I am speaking to you now because I see the weight on your chest, the knot in your stomach that you keep pretending is not there, the questions you whisper into your pillow when the house is quiet and the phone stops humming. I see how you have tried to be strong for others, and I have counted every moment you wondered if I still hear you. I do. I have heard every cry you hid inside your smile. I have watched you straighten your back after bad news. I have watched you tell yourself, I must not break, even when the floor felt like a trap door and your heart was shaking like a leaf in a storm. I am God, and I am not late. Archangel Michael stands at your door with a sealed instruction that I stamped with my ring. And the seal says, Emergency. Someone in your family who now walks in the light of heaven has pressed their hands to the glass and pleaded for this message to reach you. They have tried to warn you in dreams, in sudden memories, in little sentences that fell into your mind like pebbles into a still pond. You brushed them away and you told yourself it was nothing. It is not nothing. There is something you must know, and I am telling you now because I love you and I will not let confusion steal one more day from you. You have felt a heaviness around money, as if money were a shifting shadow that loves you one day and leaves you the next. You have been faithful with little and you have wrestled with much. You have forgiven debts in your heart and no one saw. You have given quietly when you had every right to guard your small pile. You have been fair when unfairness circled your table and asked for a seat. And still, the story of money around you has been strange: delays, reversals, vanished promises, a fog that never clears. Do not say, "This is my fate." Do not say, "This is my curse." The fog was engineered. The delay was manufactured. The missing thread in the tapestry was pulled by a human hand. I saw it. I was there when the decision was made in a room with a closed door and a whisper, "No one will ever know." The one who whispers like that forgets that I am the God who sees. The one who loves you, the one whose laugh you still hear when you stand at the sink, the one who passed into my arms and now walks in a field that no storm can touch, that one has been begging me to bring light to this matter. They did not leave you empty. They did not forget you. Where you have felt abandoned, I am telling you, you were not abandoned. A plan was drawn to shelter what they had been setting aside, because their love for you was practical, not only tender. They measured days, they kept lists, they thought of your future when you could not think of your own. They spoke to me, and I heard. They asked me, "If I do not finish this, will you?" And I answered them, "I will complete what love began." That completion begins now. You have seen signs and you dismiss them because you have learned to doubt good news. You have learned to expect the closed door because you have been told your whole life that abundance belongs to other people. That teaching is a lie, and I crush lies under my heel. The key you are looking for is boring. It is not wrapped in fireworks. It is not hidden in a riddle only a genius can solve. It is not buried at the end of a maze. The key is ordinary, a date in a diary, a name in a notebook, an envelope placed in a drawer that you have not opened in a long time because grief made you afraid of its contents. The one in heaven tried to tell you by sending you the same memory over and over, the day they asked you to bring them a pen. The way they touched the third shelf with a lingering hand, the way they mentioned a number and changed the subject. None of this is random. I do not speak in riddles to make your life difficult. I speak in threads, and when you pick them up, the whole cloth begins to move. Hear me, Archangel Michael says it is an emergency because delay now only benefits those who do not love you. Do not be afraid of the word emergency. I am not panicking. I do not panic. I announce timing. I announce that the window you prayed for is open, and some things that are found must be found in their season, or they will be moved by hands that are not yours. You will not need to steal, deceive, or harm anyone. You will not need to act outside the law or betray your integrity. Truth is a light, and it favors those who stand inside it. I am giving you a quiet courage that knows what to do next and does it steadily, without drama, without theatrics, without asking permission from fear. You have asked me many times to make you brave. I am answering you. Your bravery will look like opening what you once refused to open and asking what you once feared to ask. This is about money, yes, and money is simply a servant. It is a tool that should not have been left rusting in a corner while your roof leaked and your shoes wore thin. The one who loves you did not want their care to rot in the walls of silence. They placed things aside, receipts, passcodes written as half-phrases, a folder named something harmless, a message sent to themselves to remember a figure, a beneficiary detail that was never entered because one conversation was postponed and then postponed again. They meant to tell you, and they ran out of time. Heaven is not anxious, but heaven is urgent when love's labor is endangered on the earth. That is why Michael stands at your threshold. That is why I am speaking this way to you. You wonder if this is about a single envelope of cash, or a drawer with a false bottom, or an old bag tucked in the back of a closet. Sometimes life writes like a film, but I do not send you to tear your walls apart or to suspect the innocent. This is not a scavenger hunt of random hiding places. This is a map of intentions, an account, a policy, a bond, a claim, a property right, a credit with your name that never reached your hands, a small safe deposit box key taped under the obvious shelf you never touch, a paper marked with a reference number that looked unimportant and was not. The signal to begin is simple. You will feel a gentle pressure in your chest and a courage in your hands. Take that as your green light. Do not run. Walk with me. I will bring to mind the exact places to check, the exact questions to ask, the exact person whose job it is to help you uncover what belongs to you. Do not fear officials, do not romanticize them either. Pick up the phone and ask for the records you are entitled to. Search your messages with dates that match anniversaries, because they used memorable days on purpose. Look at the drawer where routine things lived, not the secret places. The ordinary holds more power than you think. In the notebook with the worn cover, notice the page where the handwriting slows down. In that slowdown there is a figure, and near that figure there is a clue, an initial, a bank name abbreviated, a locker number disguised as a grocery note. That was not a mistake. That was a breadcrumb left by a tired hand that loved you and did not want to leave you with empty palms. You are not alone in this. I do not send you into rooms without angels at your side. Michael fights confusion. He does not fight people, he fights the shadows that crouch behind them. Your mind has been assaulted by a story that says you are always too late, too slow, too uneducated about money, too easily fooled. I rebuke that story. You are teachable, and teachable is powerful in my kingdom. You are careful, and careful is strong when it listens to truth. You are kind, and kindness is not foolishness, it is wisdom with a warm face. I am not shaming you for the things you did not know. I am congratulating you for becoming the person who will know them now. This is not punishment, this is inheritance. I am not exposing you, I am exposing what was hidden from you. There is someone around you who has been nervous at small moments you thought were unrelated. They changed the subject when certain dates came up. They minimized your questions and teased you for being so serious. I am not asking you to accuse them. I am asking you to stop explaining away your instincts. You do not need to create a war. You need to center yourself in calm truth. As you ask for documents, as you request copies, as you check statements, as you read through agreements, as you inquire about dormant accounts and unclaimed benefits, you will notice who becomes strangely helpful and who becomes strangely busy. Let their behavior identify itself without your speech. Your posture is simple. I am gathering what I need to understand. You owe no one an apology for being diligent. Diligence is love for your future. The one in heaven has a message for you that will land like a hand on your shoulder after a long day. They say, I never wanted you to carry fear about money. I wanted you to feel safe. I set things aside and life happened too fast. Forgive my unfinished list. Please finish it with God. They say, I hid nothing from you because I did not trust you. I hid details because I ran out of breath. But I told the Lord your name. I told him what I hoped for you. I asked him to guard what I could not gather. I asked him to make right what I could not fix. I answer their prayer now by speaking to you. I join heaven's voice with mine and I say, nothing that belongs to you will be buried by confusion. What is yours will not be swallowed by bureaucracy. What is yours will not be eaten by moth and rust. What is yours will serve you and the good you are called to do. Your heart is remembering a number even as you read this, 2 digits repeated, an easy pattern, the sort of number people choose when they want to recall it in a hurry. Do not shrug this off. Write it down. Your mind is showing you a color of a folder, a place where you once put expired cards, old photos, and a tiny key whose purpose you laughed about. Stop laughing. Sit with it. You have everything you need to take the next step. The next step is never 10 steps. It is 1. Ask me, which one? And I will shine on it as surely as the sun finds the window every morning. I am good at beginnings, and I am faithful to finish. You will feel like you are waking up into competence you did not know you had. That is me. I am tutoring you from within. You have been told that money corrupts. Money does not have a moral life. It takes the character of the hand that holds it. In your hand, it will become relief, hospitality, repair, stability, a little joy, a new skill, a child's winter coat, a paid bill, a cleared debt, a small trip to breathe, a cushion that keeps panic from knocking every time a fan makes a sound. The adversary wants you scarce because generosity terrifies darkness. When you are supplied, you are bold. When you are not arguing with your own survival, you are dangerous to despair. That is why this matter has been foggy, to keep you looking at the ground instead of lifting your head. Lift your head. I am the lifter of your head. If anyone calls you greedy for pursuing clarity, bless them and keep going. Greed hides in corners, clarity stands in the light. I am not only talking about paper and numbers. I am talking about the inheritance of your name. I am talking about wisdom that multiplies what is placed in your care. Once this immediate matter is brought into truth, I will teach you how to structure, how to save, how to give, how to plan without fear, how to say no to obligations that pretend to be love, how to invest in what genuinely grows. How to read what you sign, how to ask for help before crisis, how to pace your heart so money is not a tyrant but a quiet servant. You will not be a victim of surprise bills. You will not be the emergency fund for everyone else while you have none for yourself. You will not be drafted into other people's chaos. You will not be punished for saying, "I must think, and I will get back to you." This is my care rebuilding your borders. Now hear the cadence of the next hours. Your feet will want to run to every drawer. Do not run. Sit with me. Breathe. Michael is here, armor ringing like a bell that says, focus. Write a short list, the obvious drawer where everyday papers lived, the small bag you almost donated because it felt too heavy with old life. The email account you barely use but kept for sentimental reasons, the messages with your loved one's name where they sent you a photo of a document just in case, the place where small keys live, the simple shelf with a row of old notebooks. This is not sensational, this is steady. If you do not find anything in the first place, do not crown disappointment as king. Move to the second. I am ordering your steps like stones across a stream. On one of those stones, a name will rise inside you, a person to call or a branch to visit. Call. Visit. Ask. Do not be ashamed to say, I am verifying whether there are any unclaimed accounts, policies, or benefits connected to this name, this date, this number. That sentence will open doors. Be careful with whom you share. Not because you must become secretive, but because peace is precious. Share with the one who has shown you steady character. Share with the one who can keep their excitement from turning into noise. Share with me first. I will guard your joy from premature celebration, and I will guard your resolve from premature discouragement. There will be a small moment when someone shrugs and says, "That's not possible." Smile inside. Many things look impossible until a line comes into view and the logic of truth becomes obvious. I am the God who makes the obvious appear when you need it. Your task is not to force, your task is to ask precisely and to keep your shoulders down while you listen. Do not curse anyone. Do not try to ruin reputations. Let me deal with hearts. You will be surprised how often a door opens simply because you knocked in the right order. You will be surprised how often a lost thing was simply left unclaimed. You will be surprised how often the law acts as a wall for you and not against you. The one who is gone does not want you tangled in bitterness. They want you resting after this, not reliving a courtroom in your head for years. Your victory will not taste like revenge, it will taste like clean water. You will drink and exhale and cry without the hard edge of anger. I am washing you as I lead you. I am teaching you to prosper and remain kind. I have also ordered small encouragements to meet you along the way. A friend will call with a good story. A small refund will arrive the same day you make the first inquiry, just to remind you that movement has begun. An old song you associate with the one in heaven will play in a shop as if the walls knew your history. Do not overinterpret, simply take it as a smile from me and from them. Heaven is near. The distance between here and there is thinner than you think. Love is not buried. It grows taller where it cannot be cut. You are loved by someone who cannot be taken from you anymore. You are loved by me, and I have never been at risk of leaving. I want to talk to your fear. Fear, you have told them that money is a test they always fail. You have told them that asking questions is rude, that checking records is annoying, that confidence will make them a target. You have placed static in their ears and called it prudence. I rebuke you. You do not get to dress as wisdom and sit in their chair. They are getting their chair back. They are getting their quiet mind back. They are getting their steady hand back. They are allowed to learn without embarrassment. They are allowed to hold what is theirs without apology. They are allowed to prosper without becoming hard. They are allowed to say yes to good news without waiting for a disaster to balance it. I am the God who writes new chapters without owing the old ones sorrow. You will sleep better soon. Not because the world becomes perfect, but because your heart will recognize that a corner has been turned. After you begin, the momentum will help you. It is easier to steer a moving car. It is easier to trust me when you watch me keep a promise in real time. And I will keep one in front of your eyes. When the document appears, when the number matches, when the proof rests in your hand, do not rush past it. Sit. Thank me. Thank the one in heaven who loved you like this. Let gratitude change your posture. People who are grateful walk differently. They speak with fewer splinters. They plan with more air in their lungs. Gratitude guards the door from that sneaky voice that says, "You don't deserve this." Deserving is not the story. Love is. Assignment is. Stewardship is. You are being entrusted with what was always meant to serve you. When the resources arrive, treat them like seeds, not trophies. Trophies sit on shelves and make dust. Seeds go into ground and make future. Pay what must be paid. Repair what must be repaired. Place some aside where you cannot impulse it away. Name a small portion joy and do something simple that makes your body remember goodness. Name another portion learning and acquire a skill or counsel that multiplies clarity. Name a portion honor and bless quietly where the Spirit nudges you, never under pressure, never for applause. I will show you where to plant. I will show you how to water. I will show you when to say no, when to wait, when to move. Your yes will begin to mean more because you will not waste it on things that are not yours. And this, too, do not live in the waiting room once you have your answer. Many people mistake the waiting room for the destination. They sit there and replay waiting when the door is open. When this unfolds, walk out. Do not reattach your identity to scarcity. You are not the one who almost had enough. You are my beloved, learning how to breathe in a larger room. You will not apologize for the larger room. You will invite others into wisdom without apology. You will tell the truth about how it happened. God spoke. Love prepared. I learned. I asked. The doors opened. That testimony will not be arrogance. It will be a lamp. Lamps do what lamps do. They make it easier for others to see their own next steps, I will confirm this word in 2 or 3 ways so your heart can rest. Your first confirmation will be an inner stillness. It will arrive like a chair pulled out for you at a table where you had been standing. Sit in it. The second will be an external alignment, a small piece of paper or a digital record that agrees with the nudge you felt. The third, if you need it, will be a conversation that lands in your lap. Someone mentions the exact institution or date without knowing why. Do not demand fireworks. Receive these quiet posts on the path as the faithfulness they are. Michael will stand watch while you take each step. He does not tire. You will feel a fresh strength, not jittery, but grounded, like roots finding water. Now, beloved, place your hand on your chest and breathe. Say out loud, I am safe with God. I am allowed to know. I am allowed to ask. I am allowed to receive. Words shape rooms. Let these words shape the room you are about to enter. I do not call you foolish for the years you did not see. I call you courageous for the hour you see now. I will waste nothing, not your tears, not your mistakes, not even the years of confusion. I weave all of it into a testimony that smells like rescue. You will feel me beside you when you reach for the handle of that first drawer, when you open that old bag, when you type that request, when you answer that call. You will not be alone in a single step. The one in heaven presses their forehead to yours in the spirit and says, "Finish what I started." They smile without pain for the first time in a long time and they bless your hands. They ask me to make this easy where it can be easy and to make you strong where it must be challenging. I answer them, yes. I make crooked places straight. I raise valleys and lower proud hills. I set your feet so they do not slip. I anchor your mind so it does not race. I guard your sleep so it rebuilds you. I appoint kind people at counters and desks. I cause forms to be found that were lost. I surfacing emails that were missed. I soften hearts that were hard. I protect you from opportunists and thieves. I hide you in wisdom in plain sight. You are crossing out of a chapter that taught you to live with less hope than I gave you. Walk with me. When fear tries to scream, "What if you are wrong?" let love answer, "What if God is faithful?" Move on that answer. Take today for the first step, not all the steps. I bless your beginnings. I bless your diligence. I bless your questions. I bless your signatures. I bless your reading eyes. I bless your listening ears. I bless your future that will remember this day as the day you decided to believe that I am as good as I say I am. Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency, but you are not in danger, you are in timing. The file is not above you, it is within reach. The number is not beyond you, it is within memory. The door is not locked, it is waiting for a specific knock. Knock as I teach you. Open as I lead you. Gather as I provide. Share as I instruct. Rest as I cover you. And when you stand with what was hidden now placed into your hands, lift your eyes and say, "Thank you for finishing what love began." I will be there, as I am here, and I will answer you. I delight to give you the kingdom, piece by piece, step by step, with nothing missing and nothing broken. I am speaking to you with gentleness and weight. Because your heart has asked for a clear word and your spirit is ready to hear it. I know the hours you have spent wondering why certain doors felt half open, why help arrived late, why your own hands trembled when the moment to receive finally came. I know the ache you have carried in silence, the ache that returns whenever you look at the sky and call out to the one you miss. Hear me, you are not alone, and you have not been ignored. What was buried in confusion will be brought into the daylight. The message is for you, and I will not let it pass you by. Archangel Michael is already on his way to your side. He comes in authority, he comes with certainty, and he comes carrying a key. He says, "It's an emergency, not to frighten you, but to reveal the urgency of this hour. There is a time to wait and there is a time to move. This is a time to move." You have wondered why certain patterns keep repeating, why you come close and then lose your footing. The reason is not a curse, not a punishment, but a knot of old promises and unfinished words that needs to be cut in my light. Michael holds the sword that cuts cleanly. He will not wound you, he will free you. The one you love, the one who stepped into heaven, has been asking for permission to speak to you in a way you will recognize. You have felt the brush of their words in dreams. You have seen a familiar object on a day that made no sense. You have heard a name, smelled a kitchen scent, felt a hand on your shoulder when the house was still. That was not your imagination, that was consolation and guidance. The message they carry is about money, but not only about money. It is about relief, order, justice, and the restoration of what was left unfinished. Hidden is not lost. It was put aside like seed under soil, waiting for the right season. The season is now. You fear that if you look, you will find nothing and be shattered. I am with you even in the looking. I will not let you chase shadows, and I will not let you be mocked by empty hopes. The instructions will come in steps, and each step will be small enough to walk but large enough to matter. Do not hurry past the details. A single drawer can hold a decade's worth of answers. A single name in an old notebook can untie the knot in a paperwork maze. Michael will stir your memory at the exact moment you need it. When you feel the nudge, call, open, check, ask, obey at once. That obedience will seem like a whisper, but it will open a door that once felt welded shut. The money that is hidden bears a story. The story is layered in love, fear, and hope, tied to promises made in kitchens and corridors, in the corners of rooms where the light was weak but the intention was strong. The one in heaven did not hide it to keep you small. They hid it to protect it until your heart matured past the battles that almost turned you against yourself. Now your heart has grown. Now your hands are steady enough to hold the answer without it owning you. Money is not your master. It is a tool I will place in hands that know what mercy looks like. You have learned mercy. You learned it the hard way, but you learned it well. Do not fight yourself in this hour. Shame will try to speak. How can I receive this? Do I deserve it? What if I am fooled? Shame is not your shepherd. Let my voice be louder. You deserve the fruit of what love preserved for you. And the more you receive in gratitude, the more you will see the path I lay for using it wisely. I am not only delivering provision, I am delivering wisdom to arrange it, protect it, multiply it, and distribute it with joy. I am rewriting the word scarcity in your life. I am replacing it with enough, and then with overflow, not for display, but for destiny. Michael stands at your doorway. He says to your fear, be still. He says to your memory, wake up. He says to your steps, move now. You will find a piece of paper that does not look important. Keep it. You will hear a name you haven't spoken in years. Call it. You will be reminded of a place you have avoided because it stings. Go there. You will feel drawn to open what you never open, a small box, a back pocket of a worn bag, an envelope tucked inside the cover of a book, a seam in a coat that seemed heavier than it should be. A space under a shelf, a panel behind a drawer, a wrapped parcel beneath old clothing. When the moment comes, you will know, because your breath will steady and your chest will warm. That is my sign. Do not doubt it when it arrives. You have believed that help was always for others. You have felt that when goodness walks the street, it somehow passes your door. That lie is breaking now. I am placing a banner over your doorway that reads visited. Visited by comfort, visited by clarity, visited by courage. You are not late. The timing is not a mistake. The delays are turning into choreography. What looked like wandering was the map you will soon hold in your hand, and you will say, "Now I see why I went that way." The one in heaven has not been silent from indifference. They have been waiting for the window when you would not confuse their guidance with your grief. That window is open. Listen, the message about the money is simple enough that you will be tempted to dismiss it. Do not dismiss what is simple. I put treasures in plain words. The path is this. Remember the place that felt too ordinary to matter. The hiding place was chosen to be safe because it looked small. The clue is not in a vault but in a pattern, a favorite chair, a favorite book, a place set aside for receipts or letters, a habit repeated every evening, a phrase they always said before sleep. Michael will bring to your mind a precise gesture, how they folded notes, how they taped an edge, how they double-wrapped something, how they wrote initials inside a cover. Follow that gesture, and you will follow their hands to your answer. This provision is not a test of your worth. It is a confirmation of your calling. The calling on your life requires steadiness, and I am removing the stone of anxiety from your pocket so you can walk without the constant weight. You have always wanted to give more than you could. You have always wanted to fix what you lacked the tools to fix. I am not giving you the whole world at once. I am placing into your reach what allows you to breathe freely and choose generously. Breathe now. Choose now. Practice saying, I will put this in order. I will be faithful with what is in my hand. As you speak this, heaven will echo it, and doors will respond. The grief you carry will not be erased by provision, but it will be honored. The one in heaven will smile when you open what they protected. You will feel a softness in the room, a sense that the air itself is grateful. That is because gratitude will move in both directions, from earth to heaven for the love that preserved it, and from heaven to earth for the trust that received it. There may be tears. Let them fall and do their work. Tears wash the lenses through which you will read the next instructions. Do not be embarrassed by tenderness. Tenderness is not weakness. In tenderness, you will make the strongest decisions of your life. You are going to notice numbers repeating, dates, times, totals you've seen before. These are anchors. They will appear on receipts and clocks and page numbers. When you see them, pause and ask, what is the next right step? Then do it immediately. The window will be open and I will be leaning close. If you feel alone, whisper my name out loud and feel how the loneliness drops like dust from your shoulders. I am training your senses to recognize peace as quickly as you once recognized worry. Peace is the atmosphere where clarity is born. You will not miss this because you will walk in peace that does not require perfect circumstances. Some will doubt your story. You are not required to convince them. Guard the quiet where I am speaking to you. Guard the details until they are rooted. Share with those I show you, those who carry honor and do not pry with hungry eyes. I will also bring trustworthy help, someone who knows how to document, how to protect, how to set things up in your favor without manipulation. When that help arrives, you will recognize them by the way they explain without adding pressure. Pressure is not of me, precision is. I will give you precision. There is also a reconciliation attached to this discovery. Old tensions in the family will surface and then soften. The finding will not ignite envy if you handle it with open hands. Keep your tone gentle. Let your words be simple and grateful. Acknowledge the love that motivated the hiding, not the fear that delayed the unveiling. In doing this, You will bless the memory of the one in heaven and break the chain of misunderstanding that tried to skip a generation. What tried to divide will become the bridge you walk across together. Archangel Michael lifts his voice now, and you will sense courage entering your bones. He says, "Stand up." He says, "Open what you were afraid to open." He says, "Ask the question you were afraid to ask." He says, "Today is the day of action." Take a pen and write the 3 places that come to mind first. Do this without overthinking. Tomorrow, check the first. The next day, the second. On the 3rd day, the third. If you find what I have promised sooner, you will still complete the list. Obedience is part of the seal that keeps the blessing safe. And when you hold what was hidden, you will say, "I was led," and that statement will be true in your mouth. I am also adjusting your inner story about money. You have believed that money arrives in shocks and leaves in silence. I am teaching you that money can arrive in peace and grow in order. You will learn how to give without emptying yourself, how to save without fearing loss, how to invest without gambling your peace. You will set aside what is sacred for future purpose and keep what is needed for present joy. You will no longer apologize for being provided for. You will no longer refuse comfort because you think hardship makes you holy. What makes you holy is love. Love will be easier to walk in when your shoulders are not bowed beneath strain. When you sleep tonight, expect instruction to settle into your dreams like letters on a clean page. Upon waking, write what you remember, even if it seems small. Small is often the doorway to great. I will use your handwriting to steady your mind. I will use the act of writing to quiet the storm of what-ifs that tries to rise when blessings approach. You are not disqualified by your past mistakes. I saw those and planned for them in my mercy. That is why this message arrives now, because I trust what my mercy has grown in you. This is the moment to replace suspicion with expectancy. Expectancy does not mean entitlement, it means alignment. You are aligning with what has been yours in heaven's ledger, awaiting release at a time of safety and usefulness. This is that time. Your prayer has been, if this is real, show me beyond doubt. I am answering in a way that touches both the tender and the practical. You will feel the nearness of the one you miss, but you will also hold the paper, the key, the envelope, the account number, the note, the record. Both heart and hand will be satisfied. I bless your search with clarity. I bless your room with light that finds the corners. I bless your memory with precise recall. I bless your phone calls with favor. I bless the doors you knock on to open kindly. I bless the helpers to appear without strings. I bless the timing to align. I bless the peace to remain. I bless your courage to act before doubt regains its voice. I bless your gratitude to deepen so that joy can take root. Go now with this assurance. you are not chasing fantasies. You are receiving what was preserved. You are honoring love by letting it finish the sentence it began. When you hold the answer, look upward and whisper, "We did it." Heaven will answer, "We always knew you would." And then, breathe. Put things in order. Share as I lead. Keep your heart soft. Keep your step steady. Watch how quickly the atmosphere of your home changes. Watch how decisions that once made you weary become simple. Watch how your laughter returns, unforced and honest. I am with you. Michael stands beside you. The one you love smiles over your shoulder. What was hidden will be found. What was delayed will be delivered. What was heavy will become light in your hands. Open now. Act now. And let this be the day you remember as the day I turned a whisper into a door and a door into a path you can walk with your head lifted and your heart at rest, that I am speaking to you now, child of breath and bone, while the night is thin and the veil is soft, because your heart has been knocking and I have heard it. You said you wanted a sign you could not miss. And I have come as your sign. You asked for a sentence that would explain why the last doors refused to open, and I have come as your key. Hear me, you have survived what should have broken you, not by accident, but because I have kept you for this hour and for this unveiling. The winds that once chased you now stand behind you, and the river that once opposed you will carry you forward. I am not late, I am precise. I am not silent, I am assembling verses in the language of your life so that even the things that wounded you will be translated into wisdom, and wisdom into provision, and provision into peace. I send my messenger Michael to you with urgency because the time to delay is over. He has stood at your threshold, sword not for violence but for protection, a bright line around your destiny so that not one more thief may cross. He says, listen now, because distractions have multiplied, and the enemy has tried to drown out the one sentence that will change everything. You are not empty, you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten, you are standing on ground where treasure has been buried under your own feet. The rain you feared is turning to a river of clarity. The fear you carried is becoming a map that points directly to what is owed to you, what belongs to you, what has been reserved for you. You will not lose what I have set aside in your name. Someone whose love still covers you from the far field of heaven is leaning toward you now. Their voice is not a ghost to haunt you but a witness to guide you. You have felt their nearness in the sudden warmth at the edge of your grief, in the dream that repeated twice, in the thought that arrived with quiet gentleness and left a trail of courage in your chest. They are not angry that you did not understand earlier. They are patient and glad that your ears are open now. They have asked permission to tell you what they could not tell you before, and I have said, speak. Hear them in the way light falls across an ordinary morning. Hear them in the way your name feels heavier and holier when you say it alone. Hear them in the memory that returns with unusual sharpness, as if underlined by a hand you love and miss. They are saying this: there is money hidden in your story, in your house, in the folds of your everyday, and in the sealed envelopes of your memory. It is not a trick, and it is not a trap. It is provision that grief covered, documents that sorrow displaced, opportunities that fear postponed, talents that shame buried, and legitimate inheritance that confusion misfiled. Look again where you said there was nothing left. The instruction is not to panic, not to run, not to accuse, but to awaken, to look, to gather, to ask wise questions, to open what you sealed when you were tired. The enemy wants you reckless, I want you careful. The enemy wants you suspicious, I want you discerning. Michael is not shouting danger to frighten you, he is pressing urgency to wake you. You will find what you need when you move with honor. Start with your own hands. There are skills in them you casually dismissed because they felt too ordinary to be valuable. Return to the craft you set aside because despair said it was childish. Return to the idea you wrote in the margins during a small hour when you thought no one would care. Return to the simple service that always made your soul glow, because that glow is an arrow toward doors I have already instructed to open. The work of your hands is not small. The pattern you carry is not common. Provision is braided into your design, and when you walk in what you are, resources recognize you, but there is also the matter of papers and promises. The one you love from heaven is pointing toward a shelf you have not touched in months, toward a box you stacked behind other boxes because you did not want to feel what it contained. Go gently. Sit down when you open it. If tears come, let them come. Tears are the water that loosens the lid on old good things. You will notice an envelope you do not remember placing there. You will notice a name that ties to an account you assumed was empty or closed. You will notice a certificate or a policy or an agreement that you glanced over in a season of heavy fog. Do not be embarrassed that you missed it, fog is fog. What matters is that the sun is rising now. Take note of dates. Take note of signatures. Ask for help from those whose job is to translate these languages. There is honor in asking, there is protection in counsel. I will also bring to your attention subscriptions you pay for but do not use, fees that drain without permission from your deep self, patterns that leak and call it normal. You will close what needs to be closed. You will cancel what needs to be canceled. Do not call this small, leaking is how wells die. Plug the leaks and watch how quickly the water rises. Call your name blessed while you do it, not with arrogance but with alignment. Speak life over the numbers, let gratitude steady your hand. You are not chasing pennies, you are learning to steward rivers. There is money hidden in conversations you were too afraid to initiate. You thought asking would make you needy. In truth, asking